Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me here on this afternoon special Wiley Drake show. Right now it is 1:33 in Southern California, but I'm on a different time zone. I am on a 1, 2, 3. It's 4:30 here. I'm in Washington D.C. and yes, the time is 4:33. And if you'd like to call me, by the way, you're welcome to do so. You can reach me on our Washington, D.C. number while we're here in D.C. Let me see if I can find. I got to find that number. I got to make sure I got it here close by. And maybe I don't have. Maybe I'm telling you a story. Maybe you can't reach me on the Washington number. I'm going to have to get it. But there's another number you can reach me on. You can reach me on 712-432-1690. 712-432-1690. And you put in your access code 399-430 #, and that will indeed come up for you. Call telephonic prayer. And that's where I'm calling right
Calling
now.
telephonic prayer.
To get in on that line so you can get in with me. And we'll have that line up and running here momentarily.
Followed by the pound sign. You entered 399-430. If this is correct, press 1. To re-enter, you are the first caller. You will be placed on hold until the next caller arrives.
And we'll get that music stopped here in a minute now. Okay, tell you what we're going to do. We're going to stop that music because we don't need. We're going to stop that music. We don't need that line right now, but I'll tell you what line we can use. If you'd like to call us, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Congressional Prayer Conference phone number right here in Washington, D.C. And if you'd like to call us on that number is 202-747-4839. You'll notice we have the same area code that the President has. 202. That's for the whole of D.C. area. But anyway, we do welcome you to give us a call and be on with us. Call us on 202-747-4839, and that'll put you through right here to Washington, D.C. Now, the reason I'm doing a special show today is just sort of give you an update on what's going on. I'm not going to give you any news. I'm not going to comment on what's happening. There's too many bad things to talk about. But I do want to talk about some good things. Some good things. Well, this morning we did a live broadcast from Capitol Hill looking in the windows of the Chief Justices of the Supreme Court of the United States of America. We were across the street at a place called Faith and Action. And their offices are elevated 2 stories or 3 above the courthouse, and the office windows look directly into the Chief Justice office and the other justices' offices. So we were able to look in their windows and pray with them and pray for them. So we were at Faith and Action this morning at 109 2nd Street, and we had a great time. We had a great show there today with Rob Shank, who is a very godly man, and we thank him for being on with us this morning. He is the top guy there at Faith and Action. We had him on with us. We also had Stan Walk up on with us. Stan's going to go on a tour with us tonight, which is another thing that I'm talking to you about. If you're watching or listening here in the local Washington, D.C. area, join us tonight for the National Prayer Embassy Tour. Going to be sponsored by the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C. And in connection with the Congressional Prayer Conference and in connection with the National Prayer Embassy, we're going to do a tour of the Capitol. It'll take 2 hours plus, and we have a 15-passenger van. And right now I have 5 people that have said they want to go, and we will be taking more as they show up. It's a first come, first served basis. We encourage you to join us here at the Hostel International, Washington, D.C. The address for that, if you'd like to come and join us, is 1009 11th Street Northwest. That's 1009 11th Street Northwest, Washington, D.C., 20001, if you need to put it in your MapQuest or your Google or whatever. We do welcome you. We do invite you to go on a tour with us. Before we talk about that tour, though, I want to remind you that this is a special tour. It is a special tour given to the Congressional Prayer Conference from the National Prayer Embassy, and we're doing it absolutely free. It won't cost you a dime. And so we would encourage you to come and go with us. Now, I want to remind you, though, that every Sunday morning at 7:30, the National Prayer Embassy Congressional Prayer Conference prayer tour tours our nation's capital with a thing that we call boots on the ground and prayer in the air. You can be boots on the ground by coming and being on that van. It's the same 15-passenger van that we're going to be using tonight, but you can come and be boots on the ground in that van every Sunday morning at 7:30. Now, if you want to be prayer in the air, you can do that at the same time in that same time zone. But if you're in California, you'll have to get up real early and go on the virtual tour with us by telephone. You can call us on the phone and listen in and talk and share and be a part of the prayer tour on Sunday by virtual experience. Now, if you would like to be a part of that tour and have them pick you up at your hotel or wherever you might be in the D.C. area, they'll be glad to do that. And I'm going to give you the phone number that you would call them. You would just simply call 1-800-828-PRAY. 1-800-828-PRAY. Call that number and say, hey, I'm at such and such a hotel. I can meet at Union Station. Get a location where they can pick you up, and they'll be glad to pick you up for that early morning, 7:30 prayer tour by the Congressional Prayer Conference and indeed the National Prayer Embassy. Brother Jeff Wright, a pastor, is the driver and the narrator of the tour. Will be that tonight as well as on Sunday morning. Now, if you'd like to join on Sunday morning the virtual tour, it's on at 7:30 Washington time, but you can join it by telephone in whatever time zone you're in. Whatever time zone you're in, you simply call this telephone number, put in this access code, and you will hear the National Prayer Embassy tour. Now, another way to get it is you can go to crusaderadio.com, crusaderadio.com, because we carry it there as well. Or if you'd like to just call into the van and be a virtual tourist in the van, you simply call 712-432-1690. Now, once you call that number, it will ask you for your access code. Your access code is 399-430-pound. 399-430-pound. So join us at 7:30 on Sunday morning every week by telephone or in the van. So you can be boots on the ground or prayer in the air. And tonight, you can be boots on the ground or prayer in the air. You can come here to the hostel here in D.C. and get on the van with us. We have 15 seats available, actually 14, because the driver has to use one. And we've already got 5 or 6 that have agreed to go, and we think they'll be here. And so if you want to come, you might come. And remember, though, it's first come, first served basis. And if you don't like the tour, we'll give you your money back. No, we don't charge for the tour. The tour is absolutely free. So we encourage you, if you'd like to be a part of the tour, come to the hostel tonight at 1009 11th Street Northwest, Washington 20001, and be a part of that. Now, I want to say thank you so much for watching today. We're going to put this up on Facebook and on YouTube so that folks can come. That's tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on the 27th day. I believe the day is the 27th, isn't it? I think that's right. But anyway, tonight, Tuesday night, come and go on tour with us. I think you'll enjoy it. I think it'll be a great pleasure. We're not going to browbeat anyone. It is unapologetically Judeo-Christian in its nature. It is a prayer meeting. It is a prayer tour on wheels. We invite you to come. If you want to call me and get more information, call me on my cell phone, 714-865-8132.